Alright Vapesters, welcome to Indoor Smokers. Come as you are, Friday night party. No, I'm not starting a new casual Friday policy. It's about 2:30 in the morning, Thursday night, and I'm actually going to Seattle tomorrow. So I'm trying to get this thing done and up, just so we at least got something going up this week. As you can hear, my voice is rough. I'm tired. Too much sawdust and insulation. My eyes are red. Well, maybe that's not from the sawdust and insulation, but whatever. I tried to take this thing off. I got clothes underneath, but I got cold. So I'm gonna wear it for this one. Not like you don't come as you is every time you watch these. Come on, heck, I'm the only one who gotta get dressed. You lay there in your bed, sitting there in your boxers on the couch, carrying me on a cell phone into the bathroom, doing Lord knows what while you watching this. So don't judge me, okay? I don't judge you. So this video is going to be a little bit different. I haven't had time to prepare a whole bunch of comments and new vapor alerts, and I sort of want to wrap up the giveaways and get that stuff out there just so we get caught up before we make the big transition. That way we're not half the stuff up here, half of it there. Lord knows where the t-shirts are. We got people waiting. So if we can get all the giveaways wrapped up, which means we need to do the Kanger SubTank Mini and the regular Kanger SubTank tonight. We'll talk more about that at the end of this video. So this is just basically going to be a stream of consciousness video. I don't really know exactly where it's going to go. I'll talk for a while, see if I can edit something together, get a video out of this. Alright, for those of you who've been curious about the studio, it is basically all but finished. But it's the all but that always kills you every time. I have some footage I took about a week ago. Danielle was nice enough to go down there and film a little bit. Whoa! Scared me! Don't you guys ever come creeping up on me like that. Alright, well, come on and check it out. And then that's kind of a good transition into last week's video. So a lot of people were kind of surprised by last week's video. They thought it was a little out of character for me. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, like some of my subscribers, and you've seen me do rap videos before, I like to do about 3 or 4 of them a year. I feel like they're kind of therapeutic, and they are usually a crowd pleaser. I've had a lot of people who've been asking me to do another rant video again, so I figured, what the heck. But for the people who really thought that hater got under my skin, or that comment in particular, it really wasn't about that specifically. I always try to take a sampling of my comments, some of them good, some of them people who just quit smoking, something that's sort of a general representation of the good, the bad, the ugly, which I usually represent myself. I just felt like that comment was sort of just a general representation of some of the stuff I'd been seeing in there. So nothing particular or personal about the person who wrote the comment. I didn't really want to get a bunch of backlash against them. I think the next time I use a negative comment, because the channel is just getting so big, we have so many subscribers, I think I'm just going to cut the name out and just go with the comment, but not show who said it or where it came from. And then for those of you who thought the comment really wasn't that bad, and I overreacted, obviously I know there's way worse hate out there, but I kind of wanted to make a point with that comment in particular. You seem like a chill guy, but your videos are mediocre. I mean, don't come at me with that passive-aggressive hate. If you're about the hating, then just be about it. At least come and hate me to my face. Don't try to sneak up behind me like you got my back and then try to mount me when I ain't looking. What? I mean, come on. I like you, man, but you kind of suck. Fuck you. I ain't listening to that kind of nonsense for a minute. And I hope you guys will do me a favor. If you got somebody in your life who tells you they like you, but you kind of suck, tell them to go fuck themselves from me. Because you don't need people like that in your life. You definitely don't need friends like that. And I don't need subscribers like that. So we're better off without them. And for those of you who are reminding me that I'm always saying about not fighting with the haters, you don't punch down, why bother with them, that's all still true. But sometimes I just feel like there's something that needs to be said. And I do love the writings of Gandhi, which I've mentioned many times, and even the teachings of Jesus, one of the people I respect most in history. And I'll offer a hater my right cheek and let him slap it, and I'll give him my left a slap too. But at the end of the day, I ain't Jesus. And a little slapping bitch better know at some point he just might get slapped back. And honestly, I think it was Socrates who I've said I tried to pattern my life after. And Kung Fu, you know that old TV series? I'm kind of like a Socrates meets Kung Fu. Most of the time I'm just willing to debate and argue that shit, but every once in a while I just might go Kwai-Chang Caine on that ass. What? And for those of you who said it wasn't fair because he couldn't defend himself, he wrote the comment. In the words of the immortal Kwai-Chang Caine, don't bring none, won't be none. And you guys know even Jesus wasn't above putting a hater on blast at the Last Supper. So Jesus talking to the apostles at the Last Supper, and I quote, Judas, what the fuck you still doing up in here, man? Ain't you got something you need to go do? You better get doing what you need to do instead of sitting around here enjoying my blood and body of Christ, bitch. Get to stepping. And then Peter said, good for you, Jesus, you tell him. And then Jesus said unto Peter, shut the fuck up, Peter, you little bitch. You about to deny my ass 3 times real quick. Now you know back-having sons of bitches. Why don't you just go ahead and go to sleep? I need to step up on the mountain and talk to Pops about business. I know, that's how Jesus talked. It's shocking. And yes, he did sound a little bit like Martin Lawrence from the 90s. But hey, like I said, I respect him, you know. Jesus wasn't meek and soft like people think. That son bitch was hard. He was the only one willing to stand there and take the nails for his beliefs when everybody else was scattering. So I had a lot of people asking me if I actually lost subscribers because I told all my subscribers that they should unsubscribe and go subscribe to Grim Green. Honestly, I probably lost 100 subscribers that weekend. So there were people who left because they didn't like what I had to say, they didn't like the message, but that's fine with me. And in the end, I gained about 1,000, so no big loss, right? My only advice to people wanting to unsubscribe is when you're heading for that unsubscribe door, just watch out it don't swing and hit you in the face from all the traffic coming in the other direction. And I would say most of that new big bump I saw in subscribers over the weekend was probably due to this comment, which I think I will have time to cut out and put into this video, so check it out. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. And I'm sure there's some of you out there who would agree with that, but I don't deny it. It's still exciting for me no matter how many subscribers I got to have Grim Green coming and commenting on my video. I mean, there ain't nobody ever gonna touch the originals. The real original Vapesters, P. Busardo and Grim Green, man. I started my channel in 2010. Those guys had already been doing their shit for 4 years, since 2006 when they started their channel. They were the trailblazers who really led the path for all of us who've been coming up in this. I can see the axe marks right here on these bushes and trees. So thank you very much for the shout out, Grim Greens, and I hope you did pick up some subscribers from my mention, at least those 100 who hit the door running. Maybe you saw them come in your entrance. Alright, last thing we'll do before I forget, I'm going to have to tell you guys about the giveaway for the mini and the regular Kanger SubTanks, and I need to announce the winner of the SubTank Nano. And the answer was, of course, Red Dwarf. All I needed was Lister's Hamper. If you had said that, we would have all known what everybody meant. And yes, some people thought it was unfair, but the fact is I've been trying to find a way to ask a question that people couldn't just Google and have 90% of the people get the right answer. So I knew this was an inside joke or an inside collective consciousness type thing, because you would have had to know what I was thinking, and I had to know, because you've been watching me, what you would be thinking, and if we both were thinking the same thing, then the answer would come out. And there were people who got it. But I know it threw most of you guys off. So even though Johnny Neutrino or whatever the fuck that is, maybe they did have some nanobots somewhere, but I said it had to be a show that I had mentioned that I liked. And just for those of you who aren't watching then, I mentioned that I bought myself this for Christmas. So that would have been your clue, but you would have had to been watching for at least a few months. And then this was the winning comment. And and just look for a message from me in your inbox in YouTube. Very soon we're going to be changing the way we do that too. I'm going to be having people subscribe with an email address, and that way I can reach you guys with the email address that you register, and we won't have as much confusion. I still have a lot of people who don't know how to go in and get their messages. So I'm going to do something a little bit different for this giveaway. Some of it's going to be similar, some of it's going to be different. So what you guys need to tell me down in the comments, if you were an e-juice flavor, what flavor would you be? How would you be vaped? Like, would you be a drip that you'd be putting on rebuildables? Would you be vaped in a tank? Would you be vaped in a regular old e-cig for people who just want to get off, you know, smoking cigarettes? Tell me, and then pick a number between 1 and 3,000. I'm going to give one tank away randomly by picking a number, and we're going to give the second one away by whoever has the best comment, and then I'll post that and rip on you or do something with it. Good luck, you guys. What flavor e-juice are you? How are you vaped? And why? And then I wanted to show you guys that my buddy over at Poconos Vape set me up again with 3 more big ass bottles of my favorite black cherry. So you guys can save 20% off of this delicious nectar for yourselves this weekend by using coupon code IndoorSmokers, all in caps. I'll put the link and the code down in the description, otherwise known as the crotch box.
And don't forget to subscribe to IndoorSmokers. Come on, Will, what else have you got to do? Seriously.
And for those of you who don't know where the crotch box is, pretend that you were giving me a hernia check.